No matter how much you achieve, deep down you still feel like you're not good enough. No matter how many books you read, you still doubt if you're really capable. And no matter how much love you get, you wonder if you're truly worthy of it. So what do? You try to fix it. You dive into healing. EFT, Reiki, somatic breathwork, shadow work, inner child therapy. You've cried on meditation pillows. You've cleared your blocks. You've journaled your wounds and even aligned your chakras with YouTube tutorials. But somehow, the feeling always comes back. Now look, if that's been your path, I'm not here to shame it. Some of those tools are beautiful. But here's the truth no one is saying. Healing will never work long term if it's built on the belief that you're broken. And unless you shift what I'm about to share with you first, no method, no modality, no meditation will stick. Let me show you what actually works. Here's where it gets sneaky. See, most healing work, even the gentle, well-meaning stuff, is built on one hidden assumption: that you're not okay as you are. It doesn't always say it out loud, but it's embedded in the structure. Even beautiful tools like EFT, Reiki, Sedona, or breathwork, they all start from the same premise. Let's fix the block. Let's release the trauma. Let's clear the thing that's stopping you. And yes, they can help. But if you're using them from the identity of someone who is broken, they will quietly lock that identity in place. Because every time you say, I need to clear this before I can have what I want, your unconscious hears, I'm not ready. I'm not capable yet. I'm not enough until I fix this. And now you're trapped, constantly processing, waiting to feel clear enough. Doing the work, but never feeling done. But here's a shift. You don't get healthy by healing. You get healthy by choosing health. You don't become confident by fixing your fears. You become confident by choosing confidence and letting the resistance come up after. Not to fix it, but to recode it. See, that's the structural shift that changes everything. That's when healing stops being your identity and starts being your byproduct. Let's zoom in on what's really happening here. If you keep trying to heal from a broken identity, you just end up cementing that identity. You become the person who's always got something to fix, always working on yourself, always trying to become finally worthy, finally ready, finally enough. And it's subtle, which makes it dangerous, because from the outside, it may look like progress. You're balls deep in somatic workshops. You're regulating your nervous system like it's a full-time job. You've journaled your inner child into a best-selling memoir. But deep down, your self-image hasn't shifted. You're still the one who is not there yet. Still the one with blocks. Still the one who needs another transformation before they can finally live. And that's why you see people who've been in therapy for 10 years still afraid to speak their truth. Still doubting their worth. Still asking for permission. That's why your favorite Instagram coach has done 15 plant medicine journeys, cleared their money trauma in every modality known to man, and still can't pay rent without a flash sale. It's not that they're doing the wrong modality. It's that they're doing it inside the wrong structure. They are trying to create a new life while staying loyal to the identity that got them the old one. And until that changes, nothing truly sticks. Here's the turning point nobody talks about. The reason all this healing hasn't led to lasting transformation isn't because you're doing the wrong work. It's because the work you're doing isn't the issue. It's the structure behind it. See, there are only two structures you can live in. And until you shift from one to the other, nothing changes for real. You can live either in the problem-solving structure or in the creative structure. Here's how it actually works. You know you're in the problem-solving structure if you say stuff like, I need to fix this so I can finally feel okay. That's the vibe of about 99% of the healing industry, and it sounds something like this. I need to release this trauma before I can trust myself. I need to clear this fear before I take action. Or I need to heal my past before I can be loved. It sounds smart, right? But here's what it's really saying beneath the surface. I'm not enough until this is fixed. And see, that's a loop that never ends. As opposed to the creative structure, which sounds like this. I choose what I love, not because I'm broken, but because that's who I am, that's what I want. And that's the shift. No more waiting to be ready, no more trying to heal your way into confidence, love, or success. You choose the outcome first, you live in the end result now. And you don't fix anything that's not in alignment with that, you recode it. Big difference. Here's the trap that no one warns people about when they start this journey. Even the most spiritual healing work can keep you stuck in the problem-solving structure if you're doing it to escape pain. You're not processing the wound because you're grounded in power. You're doing it because you still think the wound defines you. So what happens? You keep going back into your past, not to visit, but to live there. And because it feels productive, because you're doing the work, you don't even realize that you're reinforcing the same identity over and over again. It's self-help with a side of self-sabotage. But when you shift into a creative structure, everything changes. You're no longer asking, what do I need to fix to finally be okay? You're asking, what do I choose to create simply because I love it? That question puts you in your power. And suddenly, all your inner work has a direction. Because now you're not healing to become whole. You're whole, and healing becomes the natural side effect of choosing what's next. That's when progress finally sticks. That's when the tools work. Not because they fixed you, but because you finally used them from the right place. Now, I've used this analogy before, but it's so powerful I had to bring it back. Imagine you're standing in front of a mirror and you don't like what you see. You're frowning, you're frustrated. So what do? You try to fix the reflection by taping a smile onto the glass. You light some candles, say your affirmations, do all the right things. But obviously nothing changes because the mirror only reflects what you are. That's what most people are doing with life. They are trying to heal their money wounds, manifest their dream partner, finally feel confident and clear, all while still being the version of themselves that doesn't have any of it. And here's the part that stings. Until that changes, the mirror won't. But real creators don't fix the mirror. They shift who they are being, and the reflection updates automatically. Picture this: 8 people sitting in a quiet room. One sits in the center, eyes closed, hearts open. Maybe they are dealing with chronic pain, maybe emotional trauma. They are not asked to explain, they are simply held. Around them, 7 others form a circle, hands gently linked, eyes soft but focused. Together they take a breath, and then silently, powerfully, they begin to hold a shared vision. Not a wish or a hope, a clear, specific outcome. Let her be healed, let her be free, let her feel whole again. In case you're wondering, no, it is an occultic ritual. It comes from The Power of 8, a body of work by Lynn McTaggart. She ran intention circles like this all over the world. And again, something surprising happened. The people sending the intention, not the one in the middle, often reported the most profound shifts. Emotional breakthroughs, physical healing, moments of deep peace or clarity they hadn't felt in years. Why? At first, people chalked it up to the rebound effect. But the truth runs deeper than that. See, the senders weren't in a problem structure. They weren't trying to fix anything in themselves. They were holding a vision, focused, unified, in the service of creation. And in that moment, they stepped out of fear and into their natural state as powerful creators. And that's what healed them. So now comes the $1 million question. If healing often keeps you stuck in a broken identity, what actually works? Here's what I tell every client. Choose first, heal second. Not because healing isn't real, but because without a true choice, your unconscious has nowhere new to go. When you say, I choose to feel deeply loved, I choose to be healthy and strong, I choose to feel confident in who I am, or I choose to live a life that lights me up, you shift your identity in real time. You're no longer navigating life from the lens of what's wrong with me. You're moving forward with clarity from the version of you who already has it. And here's the wild part. As soon as you make that choice, everything that's not aligned with it will rise to the surface. The doubt, the fear, the triggers. Not as blocks to clear before you can begin, but as the exact resistance that you are now ready to recode. You're not healing to become powerful. You're healing because you already stepped into your power. See, that's the real work. And that's when healing finally starts to stick. Now, it's time to flip the scripts. Because if your default thought pattern is, I need to fix this first, then you're unconsciously putting your life on pause. Let me show you how to shift it right now. Instead of saying, I need to heal my fear of abandonment before I date again, say, I'm ready to build real connection and I'll deal with whatever shows up without making it mean I'm broken. Or instead of, I need to clear my money blocks before I can grow my business, say, I'm building the business now, and any part of me that struggles with that can come along for the ride. That's the difference between staying stuck in your old identity and stepping into the new one even before it's safe. You don't need to be fully healed to start. You just need to stop waiting. This works because your unconscious doesn't respond to affirmations, vision boards, or positive thinking alone. It responds to identity. It responds to what it believes is safe, familiar, and aligned with who you think you are. And action is also part of your identity. That's why we often say behavior is the highest form of communication, because what you can or can't do will really tell you who you think you are. So when you make a true choice, one that isn't based on fixing or avoiding, you give your system a new identity to organize around. Your thoughts, emotions, and behaviors begin to shift, not because you forced a new belief, but because you became someone new. This is the heart of what I teach inside my coaching and inside my Skool group. We are not doing healing for healing's sake. We are not chasing the next tool or clearing session. We are making clear creative choices, stepping into aligned identity, and using superconscious recoding to dissolve resistance at the roots. It's simple, it's powerful, and most importantly, it actually sticks. So if you've been doing the work for years, but deep down you still feel like you're not ready, not enough, or not worthy, you don't need more healing. And I know that because I've been there. You need a structure that actually builds confidence. One that helps you stop proving yourself and start creating from who you really are. Inside my free Skool group, Superconscious Awakening, I'll show you how to make powerful choices, recode the resistance that shows up, and finally step into the life you've been chasing from the sidelines. Click the link in the description to join us. Let's stop trying to fix the old self and build from the one who's already capable. I'll see you inside.